Hey everybody, it is late and dark, I know, but I just wanted to do a super quick recap of my second week of Pintober. This week's projects were 2 craft projects, 3 recipes, all of which our family loved, and 2 sort of DIY beauty treatments. I will link to all the pins I used, of course, in the description box below. The first craft was a special Play-Doh I made with Alice. Here it is. I used the basic 4-minute no-cook Play-Doh recipe that I've been using for over a year now. It is by far my favorite. I've tried different recipes, and this one is a keeper. The Play-Doh feels a lot like, the commercial Play-Doh you would buy. It's very soft, pliable. It lasts for a really long time if you just keep it in a Tupperware in an airtight container. And I love it. It's really easy to customize. So I used the basic recipe, and then I had come across a pin in the past week or so with 10 variations. This is on the same blog. 10 variations for the basic Play-Doh recipe using natural ingredients. So things like, oils and spices and herbs. So what I did with Alice today was to make the basic recipe, and then this became cinnamon nutmeg Play-Doh. So I sort of rolled out the fresh Play-Doh, and then she sprinkled on cinnamon and nutmeg and some glitter for good measure. And then we played with it and made little pretend cookies and all kinds of stuff. It smells really good, and like I said, this is absolutely my favorite Play-Doh recipe. The amount that it makes perfectly fills a 16-ounce recycled, plastic container. So it's a really good amount. I highly recommend the Play-Doh recipe in general, and definitely check out all the different variations. The other craft is right here behind me, and I will insert clips of that project and all the other projects I worked on this week. Alice and I are working on a little fall craft, so my intention was I will link to the original pin. I saw a pin where they had a printable that looked like a hedgehog face, and then you get brown leaves and you glue the leaves all over to look like the hedgehog, spiky spikes or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. So Alice and I went out to find leaves, and we actually couldn't find any brown leaves. How crazy is that? There were only yellow leaves. So instead we are doing a sunflower like this one. This is like an artificial flower that I glued to a magnet that we keep in our fridge. Exactly. Put it on. Stick it on. So we are going to put glue all around the center of the flower here and let Alice glue the sunflower petals on. This is just construction paper. We can go back and add more detail to make it look like the center of a sunflower. Perfect. And then we can draw just with marker or something, probably the stem and leaves and stuff. So that's my modified leaf project. Alice is a fan. Very nice, Alice.
Perfect.
All right. We'll show you the finished product. So here is our modified little art project. We just went and picked a green leaf out of the garden. I did the detail in the middle, obviously, but this was really good for fine motor because Alice, I let her do all the gluing, so she was either controlling the bottle or we put some glue in the little cup and let her use a sponge brush to put the glue on there and press on the leaves and everything. So she did awesome. Alice, you did awesome.
Blue.
Now we're going to do something else. We are going to a campfire cookout later. So these are honey jalapeno little mini cornbread muffins. Here's how the little cuties turned out. They are both sweet and spicy as promised, so I think they're going to go over well. Here's tonight's Pinterest dinner. This is curried broccoli couscous. It also has chickpeas. This was literally a 10-minute meal from start to finish. It's amazing, and it smells really good. I actually don't love couscous, but I'm trying to make myself like it more because it's such an easy, quick thing to make. So let's see what we think of it. So our consensus is that this tastes pretty good. We will make it again, but it's a little bit dry. So it would be good alongside something saucy, like some other Indian spice sort of saucy thing. And Alice has been eating it. So Alice and I are making these cupcakes that everybody is making this week. Brittany made them and Jamie made them. So it is the recipe where you just take a box of spice cake mix and replace the water with canned pumpkin. I just use half of this can because it's the big one. And then I have some cream cheese frosting I had left over in the freezer from a previous baking adventure. This orange cream cheese. I think that'll be perfect. We already did the first batch and they look amazing. Like, even if we weren't going to frost these things, don't they just look perfect for like spiced pumpkin muffins or cupcakes or whatever. Awesome.
This.
Alice is dying to eat one. So don't judge me on my frosting skills, but these little guys are really, really good. Mike loves them. I just topped them with a little bit of cinnamon. Alright, tonight's project is a little bit of really cheap and easy pregnant lady pampering. I just picked a face mask and a foot soak to help myself feel better tonight. So the face mask is really easy. You just steam your pores open and then you apply a mix of 2 teaspoons lemon juice and 2 teaspoons of honey. So these are all mixed together and you leave it on for 20 minutes and then rinse it off. That sounds refreshing to me. The other thing is a Listerine foot soak, and there is a Listerine and vinegar one that I have heard a lot of negative things about, and then there's a Listerine and shaving cream one that sounds like it does a better job. So that's what I'm going to do. You put shaving cream all over your feet, and then you wrap them in towels that are soaked in Listerine. I only have the blue Listerine, so I'm going to use blue towels because it can stain them. And then I'm going to wrap plastic bags around that so that I don't get it on anything else. And I think you put your feet up for 30 minutes, which sounds pretty nice to me. My feet have taken a huge beating this summer. It's just been a really, hot, dry summer. I usually go barefoot in the house and in the backyard and stuff. And just having the extra baby weight, my feet are just a mess. So I have enough creepers already, so I'm not going to show my feet on the internet. But I will report back on how I like both of these little home spa treatments. Alright, the verdict on the beauty treatments. I would say the face mask was super easy, and those are ingredients I'm always going to have on hand. There were a couple times when it accidentally got in my mouth, and it didn't taste nasty, it wasn't anything gross. So that's a plus, but overall I don't really feel like it did a whole lot for my face. So I probably won't do it again. The foot soak, however, now I've tried other foot soaks. I've done, I know Listerine and shaving cream really aren't like the most natural products, but I have done other things with like apple cider vinegar and salt scrubs and other things that are more natural, and it did not give me as good results as this. I would do this one again because my feet felt really refreshed for even several days. They were just a lot softer. They just felt like good. I don't know. I really liked the kind of cool feeling I got. My feet felt really refreshed for even a couple of days, and definitely a lot softer, probably for 3 days or so. And for the record, the other Listerine kind of foot soak out there, people have complained about the blue Listerine staining their feet. With this one, I did not have any of that whatsoever. So that's the recap. Feel free to follow me on Pinterest, and have a good night.